Jay Bills for Media Spotlight UK. Well, it's been a very long time. I'm with the one and only Barbie in the building, making your Misfits debut and having the fight that we were supposed to have ages ago. I mean, first of all, how does it feel to have your Misfits debut?
I'm really excited. You know, I was supposed to have my Misfits debut in like 2022, but obviously that fell through due to visa. But I got the right papers to be here now.
Oh, you finally got the papers?
Not for the U.S., but for here. I'm like, finally, I'm gonna get the right papers.
Because I remember when I first met you, you had like, there was a few issues in terms of like, getting visas, but you managed to come to the UK. You were there at the time, Kingpin tournament that was happening. So how does it feel now that, you're still able to travel, do things, but now you got your fight coming up? How does it all wrap around for you?
I'm just super excited. I'm feeling like really confident, really ready for this fight. Yeah, it couldn't be better timing. I mean, obviously it could have been earlier, but now I just have all that much more skills.
Well, I mean, the last time we spoke was actually when you had your win and you were getting to the finals to face Jully Poca. You said you were ready. You said you were building up even further as a fighter as the weeks went along. When the talks were in terms of the finals happening, because there was a lot of back and forth in terms of if it were happening in the first place, what mental state were you in thinking, is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? Like, where were you thinking then?
Well, I really wanted it to happen. I wanted it to happen more than anything, but I had a broken thumb like 2 weeks before I fought Emily, right? And so I was just like, I had my fingers crossed that it was sprained, and I just kept training through the pain. Every time I'd bump my thumb, it was just like a really horrible pain. But I trained through it, I sparred through it. I was in Australia getting ready and, sparring some of the Australian pro girls. Well, just one, but one Australian pro girl. And then when they were like, oh, it's canceled, it's not happening, because they strung us on for weeks. I'm like, okay, like, when is it happening? I got diet here. Then I was able to actually heal my thumb. Heal my thumb. So it ended up working out for me, because now I have a really strong, both hands are really strong, because I stayed training through the injury. I just used the right side that I could.
Speaking of training, I mean, for the longest time now, you've been working with Malik Scott. Talk to me about how that relationship came to be, because did you work with Malik after your fights at Kingpin, and then how did it all come together?
So I worked with Malik after Kingpin, obviously, because I was like moving across from Australia and LA, and so having like the trainer being in Australia and then working with someone in LA, it felt disjointed when I had to fight. So Jordan, actually, my manager, hooked me up with Malik Scott, who specializes in working with really tall, big people.
I mean, he's worked with FaZe Temper as one of the fighters, so tall people, that comes into it.
Yeah, definitely. So he was able to really help give me like a great style and like really use my size, opposed to just traditional boxing where you never know if you're going to be shorter or taller, so you learn a middle's like I'm probably never going to have someone taller than me as my opponent. I mean, I would be so down for it, but it's just so unlikely. So now I'm able to really perfect like one style.
So how has it been for you in terms of like preparing? Like, you've had months, loads of months actually, to prepare for this. Yeah. Obviously, this was a fight we were expecting ages ago, and you've seen how Jully has been fighting. Have you seen Jully's fights in terms of the Misfits world as well? I mean, her last fight against Elena Vampiro, like, how did you see it go down for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think she's strong, but I think I'm stronger, so I don't really think it's going to be too much of a challenge, and I'm pretty confident now after watching the open workout.
I mean, obviously being around Malik Scott, obviously Deontay Wilder as well. How's that feeling to be amongst like, one of the greats and just being around that environment and camp in general?
Yeah, I mean, Malik and everyone has been like so kind and lovely. Everyone at Brick House is like family. Like, everyone knows your name. Everyone says hi to you. Everyone is invested in each other, and it's like a really community environment. And then when I got to go to Alabama and train with everyone there, everyone like at the New Era Boxing Gym, that's Deontay's kind of like home gym, they were all so nice as well. I got great sparring in. I got to meet tons of really awesome people who were so kind and nice, and and so Malik as well is like the nicest guy ever, and so it's just been like really, it's felt like home.
So, I mean, what can fans expect in terms of your fight with Jully? Because you've seen how Jully works, we've seen how you work. Like, this is like being at co-main event as well. Like, it must be like a big feeling, especially in the Misfits world? Like, what can fans expect as the new and improved Barbie from all that time that we saw you when you first started off?
I mean, when I first started, I think people forget, like, my first fight, I'd only been boxing for 4 months. My second fight, I'd only been boxing like 6 to 7 months. And now this is my third fight. I'm going to be a year and a year and a half in, and I like got a knockout in my first 4 months fight. So now you can expect that I've really fine-tuned the right skills to really do that, and working alongside heavyweight champions, heavyweight pros, and yeah, you can know that I'm going to have a lot of power on a punch, even more so than I did in my first fight.
And not looking past Jully, this is for the championship. Should it be you win this Saturday, and this will be like the ending of all things for you and Jully as far as fights, who else is on your radar? I mean, because there must be a few people that you got your eye on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I've even seen many girls that are like bigger. I mean, maybe they're in different promotions or different countries, so I'm totally open to fight anyone.
Well, Barbie, she's up for the challenge. She's up for facing anyone that's in the scene. Barbie, it's always a pleasure to see you. Well, actually, always a pleasure. It's been a long time since I've seen you last, and I wish you all the best with Jully. I really am looking forward to this fight, especially since we were supposed to have it ages ago. So I wish you all the best.
Thank you.